Come back, daughter. Daughter. No, daughter's running the other way.
Running the other way. And hello and welcome to why is that like that? Um Give it one
We're
second.
professional here.
We're so
MJ
professional.
broke it.
MJ
Second one.
Hey,
No.
I just got a notification.
MJ left the green little light up thing from Discord on. Now you can't see it. I hit it. It's totally. I'm not blurry. It's fine. That's your eyes.
You're blurry.
You're drunk.
Everybody,
go home.
this is your annual check. Go get your eyes checked.
Yeah, everyone go to the eye doctor.
Go to the eye doctor. Go to the dentist. Go wherever you need to go. Take your meds.
And eat the rich.
Yeah.
And if you can't eat the rich, be sure to eat something and hydrate. So, last week, I believe we left off with our intrepid group of adventurers having arrived in a town with some very unusual naming conventions, finding something had seemingly shot across the top of a house and into a barn. And we left off with them investigating in a way to try to aid this town, and surrounded by what sounded like rats. So, I think... Wait, I almost forgot. Can we get a scared sound off?
No!
I don't know.
Beautiful. And with that, we will crack into tonight's episode of Luck, Marry, Kill. Hello and welcome back to tonight's episode. Tonight we are, if you are tuning in, coming into a dimly lit, almost dark barn. It's probably around between noon and 4 at some point. But this barn was well made. The pieces of it, craft from all over town. Very Amish-like builders who know what they're doing with hammer, chisel, large construction beams, nails, lathes, whatever you can think of in terms of simple but very well-built construction. And our adventurers had just heard the chittering surrounding them of what sounded like rats. What would we like to do?
Does anybody hear the rats?
Yeah, I hear them.
Unfortunately.
Sounds like an awful lot of them.
I'm gonna grab my sickle and just get it ready. Just, I don't know, just in case something happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna take out my whip.
Yeah, I'm going to grab my orbs.
Who here has dark vision?
I do.
I think I do as well.
Everyone but Patches has it.
Would you like to look around?
I don't either.
Yeah.
Forever and always. I'm always looking.
Yeah.
Which one of you would like to roll investigation? with advantage.
I'll roll
Not
investigation. My investigation's pretty good.
Yeah, mine's shit.
It's dimly lit. We can let the Rathus roll.
I got a 21 with the bonus.
So, Chime, you look around and you notice it is not rats. As probably 35, maybe 40 tiny little black eyes open, facing you. What you see, skulls still reasonably intact, are a lot of squirrels.
Oh, hey guys, those aren't rats. They're squirrels. I hate squirrels. They're terrible.
Have you ever
And
seen a squirrel take a bagel out of a garbage can? Those things are fucked up.
Squirrel stole
Yeah,
my
they always
dinner
look like-
once. It was really rude.
Question.
I've
is,
seen
what
one
are
punch a
the-
bunny.
what are the
I wish I were
variants
joking.
here?
True story.
And you also notice what looks like a tarp covering 3 shapes over in the corner of the barn. 2 smaller, one the rough size of Cordelia. And all of a sudden you hear whispers. I don't think they're No, they're not. They're not the mayor's men. The tarp gets thrown off. And you see 2 Lushapan and a wood elf. The Lushapan reasonably armed for people who would be out in the woods normally. And the wood elf carrying a pitchfork. And they stand before you next to this stone. And I believe we had a question from Cordelia last week at the end.
Did I write it down?
About the stone that seems to have fallen from the sky into this barn.
Oh yeah. Do I feel anything different from it? Like, is it astrally?
You do not. Not
Okay.
whatsoever. Would anyone like to investigate the stone itself?
I would. Because why not? I don't
Would
get
anybody like to help?
super close to it.
Yeah, I'll help.
Yeah. I just draw it like kind of probably about within on the borders of 5 feet, and begin to give it a once over.
Okay. Roll with advantage.
Investigation. Or,
Yep.
Thank goodness for it. Advantage. Just flat 17.
With a flat 17, you can't be sure because obviously you don't remember a whole lot about your background, where you came from. But this stone doesn't look scorched. It doesn't look like it's banged against anything. In fact, it looks tooled.
Like it's been carved or something?
Including all of the holes that seemingly align with slither marks on the floor of the barn. in the dirt. Who the hell are all of you?
I'm Onyxia.
Ask the same of thou.
None of your damn business.
Oh,
Who are
yeah.
you?
What
Why are
she
you
said.
hiding in this barn underneath the park?
Fine o face, dandy o face. Ida Berdal. Why are we
What are we
hiding?
looking for?
Why are we hiding? Let's see. Something seemingly crashed to the ground where we live, drove all the crows batshit insane, and they're attacking townsfolk. Now, the mayor's men came out to investigate. They said everything was fine. There was no sign of anything. Then why are all the Ostamis gone? All of them. So I ask again, who are you? Are you more men from the mayor? I have my suspicions, but I don't think you are.
What's the
Your neighbor
mayor's
sent
name?
us.
Mayor Dolan Pound.
Oh no, we weren't sent by that guy. No.
We were sent by the Bairds.
Yeah.
By my parents? You hear the wood elf chime up.
That's right.
Yeah, there's a wedding tonight.
I don't think that's tonight. They called that for a while until the crow problem goes away.
Yeah.
We've been trying to, well, can you keep a secret?
Depends on the secret.
Am I a fox face?
Yes, you are.
You're a fox head.
I've been remiss in not being my usual self for my parents. I've taken an oath to avenge my wife, which is not our way here. And we've been poking around, not just here, but elsewhere. And we've come to a kind of strange conclusion. The birds in question, they aren't infected with anything otherworldly. What we've seen in them is remnant of metal scratching, even inside their skulls. Something.
Metal?
Yes, metal. Like the end of this pitchfork.
What do you mean they're affected by metal scratching? Like you're seeing bits of metal in them or scratching metal? Can you be a little bit more clear?
It looks as though the insides of their skulls, once they die, have been scratched up by something. And it doesn't look like it was something natural. It looked like it was something, well, according to my friends here, it's manufactured. It's not. Sorry, I'm Dandy, by the way. It's not something that occurs in nature. I'm sorry if you have you looked at the roof yet?
Yes, we've taken a look up there.
What did you see up there?
A whole lot of scratch marks, and more so leading towards here.
What did you not see up there?
A hole?
What you didn't see, and what
Right.
my husband and I have to go out and put out before it becomes terrible forest fires, are burn marks, scorch marks. When things fall from the sky, however rare it is, they're always aflame. You saw scratches.
That's right.
That came from the ground. That did not come from the sky. That was launched.
Wait, what?
So someone
That doesn't
catapulted
make
it over here?
sense.
That's correct.
Or trebuchet?
From a ways south.
So
Do you know
you're
what's
saying
to
that
the south?
something
It isn't the mayor's house, is it?
The mayor's fucking mansion.
So you think the mayor is sabotaging everybody?
I don't know what the fucker's up to. He's never been a fan of me or my husband. He wasn't a fan of Ida either. We've never been fans of him. Seems to.
What's his name?
Dolan Pound.
All right.
He's a high elf, partial to mangoes and oranges.
So
Which
why
aren't
would he
local.
need to attack his own people? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. But I have a suspicion that it was him. We all do. The problem is, night after night, we are out here defending the town from those damn crows. We've got no way to get to his place, to get over the walls, to get inside. We've got to defend the town, and we feel like he's gearing up for something tonight. We heard his men come out here last night, poking around and doing all this kinds of nonsense, talking about this stone. Talking about, why don't we just pick it up? Why don't we just take it? If we're telling them nothing happened, why is it still here?
So you want us to go talk to the mayor or investigate the mayor? Is that where you're pointing us?
Investigate's a nice word for it.
How far would you say the mayor's house is?
Good couple miles down the road away from town. I know how unlikely it sounds. That is a ways to fling something.
That's what I was going to say. It takes quite a large mechanism to fling something that far.
Or a large beast? All right, well.
So we're saying that the mayor threw something here and it's made all the birds go weird and lose the tops of their skulls so their brains are showing?
I'm guessing the brains and skulls part is also because of the mayor. Maybe not because of this here rock.
Well,
But rather what was inside of it.
from my
Yeah,
cursory
they said-
glance of that thing, it appears that something inorganic seemed to have bored its way At first I thought in, but now it seems that something is bored its way out of that sack, egg, container, whatever it may be. But I would think it would be a lot of something.
I will say, without having to roll for it, Chime, if you walk over to it, you will be able to tell what kind of rock it is.
Okay. Then yeah. Okay.
This is polished black marble. You've used it in clock faces before. It's expensive. And it's mined.
Do you guys have any mines around here by any chance?
Only the one that the mayor owns.
Yeah, guys, I think he did it.
What makes you say that?
Well, you see, we used to get a lot of commissions for clocks, and some people like them real fancy because no one appreciates good artistry. But anyway, this happens to be black marble, and it's like something I feel like a mayor would probably own, especially one who's particularly ostentatious.
You're telling me he dug up polished black marble and then flung it?
That's what I'm thinking. Why would you want to throw something that expensive?
The marble around
Sometimes
here, the marble around here doesn't come out polished. It gets dug up and then it gets polished. Presumably,
worth
this
money.
is something that he would have on hand.
Is anybody
You think
else's brain
something like
hurt
this
right now?
on hand?
Yes.
How large is this sphere of marble?
Probably, I'd say about 7 inches in diameter.
In diameter.
It's not at all
If it's
similar
not-
to Morphier's spheres, is it?
No. No,
Okay.
it's not nearly as intricate as Morpheus spears.
No, not intricacy, like more so like size, I think.
Don't both your spheres fit in one hand?
Yeah, my spheres
That's right. That's right.
are like I think softball size.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is more.
That's larger than I
Yeah,
thought.
they're-
I
they're
would
kinda
say
big, but
like
they're not like huge.
you remember the
Medicine ball?
kids. You remember the kids' basketballs from PE class?
Yes.
Yeah, it's about that size.
Gotcha.
When Chime like pick it up and like look at it to see if there are any other identifiable marks besides it being polished.
Be
You're
careful.
gonna
Be
pick it
careful
up?
touching that.
You absolutely
Oh, it's
can.
okay. I've handled black marble a whole bunch of times. Don't worry.
Have
That's
you
fallen
handled
from the
black
sky that's
marble
been
that
thrown
had-
at people. I'm so sure.
that had things whirring its way out of it?
At least like poke it with a stick first or something.
Speaking of worming its way out, did you say that these worm-like writhing marks on the ground look also tooled, or no?
The marks on the ground are just marks in the dirt, so it would be hard to tell. It's just a slithering motion that's disturbed the earth.
So like a snake.
Or
A bit
worm?
like a snake, yeah.
Well, worms
Um,
inch.
I have a
Snakes
question.
But it would be
What's with the squirrels?
I'm a druid. I keep them.
Oh, that's good.
I see. I
You
do
do
have
swarms.
another question. My compatriots that visited that house over yonder, and the inside of it was, or should I say, the floors were completely covered in some form of muck. Do you know aught about that?
It seems that whatever was in here gives that off. And Chime, if you touched it, you would have noticed there's something on the ball. Your hand's a little sticky now. But it
Chime uses
feels...
prestidigitation.
Before you did that, it felt gooey. The closest thing I can liken it to is any form of, like, lotion or it's clear but almost toothpastey the way that it sticks to things. It's not pleasant, but it also does feel artificial, like it's been made by something. It doesn't feel like something that would naturally be given off by plants or animals. It feels... there are little bubbles in the gel of it that don't seem like they'd come from that either.
Okay. Well, Chime's just gonna use prestidigitation to clean it off, and then he's gonna stuff it in his bag. Such excellent quality.
So, if the governor's gearing up for something tonight, the town's gonna need defending. Against his men, against the birds, against I don't know. Fine can help. I can help. And Ida's not gonna let anything bad happen to this town while she's in it. Not again. But someone needs to go stop this at the source. If the source is indeed the governor, the mayor, whatever the hell he calls himself.
Does the mayor have some sort of laboratory or workman's shop or some sort?
Haven't the foggiest. Whatever goes on.
I mean, if he owns the mine, right, he would have all the mining equipment.
He owns
Do
the
you
mine.
think you would?
Whatever he does behind the walls of that house, no one knows.
I see.
Do
Is
you
this an
think he would-
elected position, mayor?
It is. But people have gone in behind the gate. People have come out from behind the gate. He's a very private person behind the gate. He likes to go south and hide away in his little house. He doesn't do a whole lot for the town. We don't know why anyone elected him.
Does he ever have opposition for his position?
Very little. And when he did, those people tended to mysteriously leave town, which is why you can see we suspect him of something.
That sounds good to me.
I know you said that there are gates and walls and such, but do you have any idea of how we might propose to make our way into this fortress-like manner as you have described it?
What I would say is go into town. Try to get whoever you can to arm themselves while you do this. We'll do the same. But we've got to find someone who constructed it or someone who's done work behind the walls. And my first guess as to who that would be What do you think, honey? You're asking me this about the town. There's a reason we don't come down off the mountain. You know that, right? My first guess would be the town blacksmith would have probably made him something. If he's got a lab or needed something, there would be some sort of metalwork involved in setting it up. If not, find the town architect. The blacksmith's name, is it still? Yes, it's still. Right. The blacksmith's name is Joe.
Joe.
Schmitty. Goes by
Joe Mama, I remember Joe Mama once.
goes by Jack Schmidt.
There it is.
Y'all have some weird names in this town. So the town, you say surveyor?
The architect.
Architect.
Yes, the one who erected all these houses.
Have you've not talked to them yourself?
We've been sleeping in a barn, hiding, hearing the mayor's men come and go.
But hasn't this been going on for a few months, the birds?
It has, but we've been sleeping here the better part of 3 weeks.
I take it that anybody who questions the mayor may also end up mysteriously missing.
Right on the nose.
Oh.
So why'd you come down off the mountain if you don't like it here or the people here and there are crows?
We like the people here just fine. What we don't like is who they chose to lead them. What we don't like is when someone disrupts how the town functions. And not in a way that benefits anyone.
Okay, because I was going to ask you some change goods, if that helps.
So the town architect's name?
It's Jack shit.
Jack Schmidt is the blacksmith.
I thought he was Joe Schmidt. I'm so confused.
Goes by
No.
Jack.
He goes by Jack.
Joe Schmitty is Jack Schmidt, short.
Got it. Okay. Pulls out book. Pulls out little notebook. Makes some scratches.
Did you say the word scratches out loud, or did you just make some scratches in your notebook?
Just some scratches in my notebook.
Oh, okay. So we wouldn't have said speaking of. The name of the blacksmith is Scratches.
That's the name of the blacksmith store or blacksmithery.
Oh, Scratches is Mike's brother. Mike, Mark's brother. Mark, who's due to be married.
Wait, I thought
So-
the blacksmith was Joe.
The
No.
blacksmith is Joe.
Oh,
This is the
We're talking about the
architect.
town architect.
You would have to find one or the other
Okay.
to speak to about the
Okay.
mayor's house.
Okay. Now,
This we're talking about is Scratches, brother of Mark.
Okay.
What was Mark's last name?
Myaz.
I hate this town. Guys, I want you to know I want to leave here as soon as possible, okay? Okay, so I have a question. Hopefully you can answer it. 2 questions. is it safe to split our party, 3 go one way, 3 go another way in this town? Or, this is all one question, do you think we'll die if we are not together? How dangerous is your town?
I would say stay together if it starts to get dark.
Okay, so everybody, buddy system is now the group system. We go together everywhere. Thank you.
If you're in the daylight,
By yourself?
it's only about
Just ask.
4 o'clock right now.
No.
If you're in the daylight,
No, because here, I'm gonna need you to listen to me. What's gonna happen is we're gonna separate in the middle of the day, but then something's gonna happen because that's my luck, and we're gonna be separated come nightfall, and then we're fudged. Okay? We're
That
fudged.
is-
You can say fucked, you know.
It
feels good.
Okay. My next question is, where the fuck are the
There we go.
people we're looking for? I'm
That's
very
my
confused.
They've got shops in town.
Do you
If
have
you-
any headache remedies? Any, like, my head is throbbing. There's rocks.
Will they
and
be
there's
open while all this is going on?
They will
Like,
be
during the day?
They are
Okay.
currently open. If you catch them within the next, I don't know, couple of hours, they should both be open. But you'd probably have to go to one shop or the other. Otherwise, you're going to have to go to their homes, and people lock up as it starts to get darker around here.
I don't. Okay.
So where are we going to find this blacksmith and architect?
In town, they have shops. There's signs.
Helpful. Okay.
There's the Mayaz architecture. I guess you could call it a firm. I don't know. It's two brothers. They work in architecture.
Okay. My ass with my ass. Got it.
And then there's Schmitty's Smithery.
I hate this town.
You all need to put a stop to this before Linglesburg becomes Pound Town.
Linglesburg? That's what this town is called? Linglesburg?
Yes, that's the name of the town.
What's the name of your town there, Onyxia?
Why do you want to know that?
You seem upset about town names.
I'm upset about a lot of things right now, okay? It's been a very stressful couple days, and now, as much as I love helping people, I get yelled at that we need to be moving fast, or this lady's gonna kill us. And now, here we are. I don't even know these people's names because they're so out there. And now there's a conspiracy that the mayor is killing people. Okay? Killing people.
Try not to say that too loud so he doesn't try to kill us next.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about out here. People are avoiding it. And the
Well,
mayor's
you
men
said
don't
that
come
his people come and go all
His
time.
men come and go in the night.
But wait,
So,
why?
just a moment. If they come and go in the night, that means that these creatures and crows don't bother them. They're free to come and go as they please.
That's what I was thinking.
Precisely.
As if maybe it's on purpose. One's covering for the other.
Now you're getting it.
All right. Okay.
And what? And someone please,
Trevor took some
as our friend has just so kindly expressed. Someone explain to me why we should not be on the first thing moving out of this godforsaken town and continue on with what it is we have to do before we end up like the crows.
You mean abandon us? All right.
No, the horses. They said about the horses, and they'll give us mules or whatever.
No.
I understand that, but I'm just.
Who was supposed to give you horses?
That's right.
The Bairds?
That's right.
The general
Oh,
shop
My,
owners.
my family doesn't have horses. They'd probably
Oh,
have told you
sure.
that the mayor would be happy if you solved the problem.
I
The
So it
see.
mayor
sounds like we
has
need to kill the
horses.
mayor and take his horses. Got it.
Kill the mayor.
If he's the
Or-
one doing all this shit, trying to kill people, of course we
I-
gotta do it.
I
Oh my
like
God.
this one.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I mean, he sounds pretty bad. Besides the killing,
Okay.
I mean, Occam's
Besides
razor,
the kill.
whatever's the easiest solution, most likely is. Let's be real. This mayor is bullshit.
He's kind of a shite anyway.
There you go.
Is he related to the Schmidt family?
No, Dolan Pound is from out of town. I mean, we're all kind of from out of town, but Dolan...
listen, it's already like Pound Town if he's so powerful.
That's the problem.
He's got a point. So how did someone who's for such a tight-knit community, how did an outsider become mayor? You said you didn't know who elected him. Was there even an election?
There was an election, but the person who was running against him decided to leave town at the last minute, and no one has
Oh,
seen
so he
him.
got fucking killed. Got it.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
But yes.
So Cordelia,
Sorry, I shouldn't have
do you
said.
remember, Cordelia, you remember when you called me squishy?
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous. I don't want to die in this town.
Well, we can go get you some armor from the smith or what have you.
You know, I could always fly over the gate
I'm
and unlock it from
poor.
the inside.
Okay, well, how about I teach you how to throw a punch? That make you feel better?
I'm sure none of us want to die in this town. We'd probably be buried by the Reverend Lippermoth.
The who now? The who?
The
Don't worry about it,
Reverend-
Anixia. Just
Just-
breathe.
Yes.
Take out your socks.
My socks?
I gave you the socks to
Oh,
squeeze.
my socks! My socks! Yeah, okay, I get it. Okay.
I'm gonna need a pair.
Oh, Nick, so why don't
Okay.
you pull a card for us? See how our trip's going to go.
Yeah. Focus on something you like.
Do I have a chair?
Do you bring him downstairs?
I did not bring them downstairs.
Do you want me to pull one for you? I think I have one in this drawer.
No, I'll run. I'll be quick. I'll
Okay.
be really quick.
All right. In the meantime,
In fact,
I'm
while she was cooking
shuffling.
up the compendium for this, she actually bought steampunk tarot cards. So.
I did.
Hell yeah.
I did.
Work.
And then
Can I
D&D
get a hell yeah?
tarot cards.
Oh, I forgot my crow. I forgot Eclipse. I gotta go.
Alright. So, okay. We have
The
to
overarching
infiltrate
goal-
the mayor's house and figure out, at least confirm whether or not he is, in fact, behind these strange goings-on. And if so, put a stop to them expeditiously.
That's right. And the overarching goal being that we finish this fast enough to make it so that we use the horses and beat the
Yes.
time we would have taken to walk there in the first place.
as long as we end up with the horses at the end of the day, I think we're good.
Right.
For some mode of transportation.
Maybe
I've seen
our
the more bounder.
patron thinks we can do this, which is why we're not dead yet.
I,
I just
I
want
do
to say, I
have another
don't know
question.
how to ride a horse.
I'll teach you.
Um,
I've never been
as
good with an
far as
animal.
the mayor's
We'll just
manor,
tie you to
is-
one.
Does anyone know of any, if there are any security, security details, labs, locks? Was
That's-
anything of the like?
That's part of what we've
I
been
think that's why we're going to
investigating.
the. I think that's
and
why we're going
that's-
to the blacksmith.
Well, if you're going to the blacksmith, The blacksmith will tell you whether or not the mayor has ordered anything unusual in terms of metalwork recently, which would probably tell you whether or not he's been up to something behind those walls. If you're going to the architect may have a way in that's a little less conspicuous than the front door.
I'm going to say err on the side of he's doing something crazy, so we should get the secret passage.
So we're not going to have time for both. So
We do need to
Unless
gather
we
some
separate.
evidence.
So we could split the party.
We could have
Well, that's
some
the
people
greatest
go in
idea.
the front door while the others go in the back to distract him.
Now, I will say, if he is planning something, I would count on it being more or less empty. Because his guards are more or less just thugs, and he would have them backing whatever he's going to do to this town tonight. Whatever they've been building up to.
So you think they'll be hiding it?
No, what I think is he'll be sending the men to do his dirty work instead of guarding his house.
I see.
because the whole town's already been scared for 2 months.
So it's a good opportunity to break in.
Are we assuming his
Okay.
dirty work is just offing all the townsfolk?
We don't know what it is. It seemed a while back that he wanted to, what was it, re-inspire the working class. That was what he ran on.
Sounds like bullshit.
Aye, it does.
Smells
And no
like
one
a
was going to
coup
vote for
coming.
him.
You know what inspires the working class? Money.
Season
I am-
the means,
Appreciation.
Pizza on Fridays.
seizing the means of
Pizza
production.
parties are bullshit. People want raises. Just saying. All right, so sounds like we need to go pay this mayor an unexpected visit. Any tips, tricks, insight you can give us?
Watch out for the wife. I hear she's a real piece of work.
Will do.
Okay, so I consulted my cards, and I have one more question about the mayor. How long ago did the mayor show up?
Probably show up? I'd say about 6 months. Campaign? I'd say about 3.5 months.
So this is fairly new.
And was he married at the time in which he arrived?
Yes.
What's his wife's name?
Messicia.
Yeah, I was gonna say bitchy, so.
Messicia Pound.
Correct. But from what I hear, she's not just a real piece of work, but she's more out of town than he is.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
She having an affair?
I don't fucking
they're saying
know if
she's
having
foreign.
an affair. She seems to have a Ugandan accent, but she's not a Goliath or a giant.
What is she?
Best
can speak
anyone
giant.
could tell, some form of human, but they've also never seen her get up.
You mean
I'm
like
sorry.
off her ass?
She is only ever receiving visitors at the dining room table.
All right, she's a monster. She's a monster. Because I can speak giant. And
All right. I say we go check out the blacksmith.
The smithy?
It seems
What is she known for other than taking her visitors in the kitchen table? Like, what is she like? What does she do as the mayor's wife? Like, does she just sit at the kitchen table all day?
Barks orders in ways that will be obeyed. Or there will likely, seemingly be trouble, but I don't think anyone's had the stones to disobey the order.
Like magically, or just like powerful?
I don't know. Just powerful.
I know you all don't
Insinuations
deal with magic,
there.
so
Oh, my husband and I do just fine. That's one of the reasons we live up on the mountain. We are not Pelorians. We do not hold to the same standard as the town, and it's one of the reasons that Ida sought us out to help. Because
So are
Ida
they
has...
Pelorian?
Oh, the ones who came in? No one knows. No one knows what they believe. They don't say.
so basically, these random strangers came across your town, seemingly had no connection to this town. They then campaigned to be the mayor. The other person went missing, or left. So clearly, and they're in now. You made a comment earlier that I wanted to follow back up on. You said that there's a you said a name and there's none left of them. So has only a certain family, I should say, specifically been targeted? Many could be, but is there one family that's like, damn, they're like gone?
Uh,
Are they endangered?
Taylor Kit All was unfortunately struck down by the crows. She looked like a redder version of you. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And the Ostamis clearly have been struck down by the crows, as we've all seen the inside of that house.
Right.
Okay. So clearly, they have some sort of vindictive thought process, and they're targeting people. Sounds like, rather than just living and attacking. So, in the past, I guess this is not really a question you may not be able to answer, but like in the recent history of this town, has there ever been like a family shunned, kicked out, banished?
No. There are a number of families, a few of them, including ourselves, the Ostamis, including Taylor Kedal, including several others who haven't been attacked, who aren't Pelorian, don't necessarily hold to those beliefs, and we aren't shunned, but my husband and I like to keep a healthy distance, just to make everyone more comfortable. Plus, we're a bit.
Well, just because you're not Pelorian?
We're both not Pelorian. We serve Mialiki, and also we're a bit shut-ins, quite honestly. One of the
Don't
reasons
blame
we
ya.
moved out here was peace and quiet, and so we didn't want to be right in the center of town.
Were you asking all these questions, Onyxia? Does that have to do with the cards you found?
Yes.
Well,
Well, the card, it was the Knight of Cups reversed. So basically, the way that I read this is, overactive imagination, unrealistic thoughts, jealousy, or moody. So that's why I was wondering, is there some lovers' quarrel of a past or something like that that has these people coming back?
Do they have any children?
They showed up with 3, but only one has been seen in recent time.
I'm sorry, what?
They showed
How old
up
are these children?
grown.
Oh, okay.
But they've been here for 6 months.
They've been here for 6 months. There was a Dolan Jr., an Iskana, and a Mekik. And Mekik has been the only one who's been out and about.
How do you spell that last one?
M-E-K, there's an accent over the I, K. Was in the newspaper story about the family when they moved to town.
I was about to say, how did you know that there was an accent?
All right, I say we head out.
All right.
To the smithy?
And Mekik is the only one who's been seen in the last 2 months.
Right.
Me, the architect, makes more sense if we're going to try and sneak in there.
Yeah, I say we head there. And why don't y'all townsfolk go and rally up the troops as much as you can.
That we will.
We'll tell.
That we will.
We'll tell who we can on our way.
All right. So you're going to Scratch's Mayaz. We'll head to Jack Schmidt. And we'll ask the question. Because they are both in town, and we can give you the thumbs up on the way out if he has requested something strange.
All right.
Plus, the blacksmith's gonna need to hand out a few helpful items to the townsfolk if we're to defend ourselves.
Care packages. Self-care packages.
Are there pumice stones?
No, they're weapons, so they can take care of themselves.
Oh, well, excuse me. I don't know. Maybe you could use it to hit somebody upside the head.
Well, you absolutely could, and then maybe scratch them. But
anything's a projectile if you throw it hard enough.
Exactly.
Everything can be used to bludgeon someone.
Anyways, that's beside the point. So we need to head out before these places close, and so we have time to go to the merchant before they close the doors.
The nearest squirrel hears Onyxia say this, and looking up at a foxhead who just said that, it pellets a little on the floor. And then scampers off.
Am I scary?
You made it shit itself. Way to go.
You are 6'4".
What? But what does that mean?
Well, you were talking about bludgeoning someone.
And you're yelling a lot.
Yeah, you're losing your shit.
The squirrels do get a little skittish.
That came from Chime.
We'll pick up some headache medicine on the way. Let's head out.
Been through a lot.
All right.
Hi there. In times like these, my grandmama always used to remind me you can always look at a clock to tell the time. Not that matters, and she was completely wrong, but the thought is still nice.
Right. So,
Chime.
That was the least helpful advice.
Look, grandmas are full of shit. I don't know.
Hey, shut up about grandmas.
You had more than one, did you not?
Save it for the mayor, Onyxia. Let's head out.
Yeah, just bottle up your rage and then direct it at someone. That's what I do.
How about not one of us, though? Because you come at me again, and I might have to show you not to speak to me that way.
Well, don't shit
Let
talk
us
grandmas.
not bicker amongst ourselves.
It was a
Please.
general statement.
Generally, I'm saying don't shit talk grandmas.
Grandmas can go fuck themselves.
And so can you.
Yes, I can. I enjoy it. Thank you. That's what I thought. All right, let's head out. And she turns around and he starts walking up.
Velvet goes through the barn doors.
Yep, and I follow out. Start heading in the direction that they told us the town was.
So you head out into the town. There are the sounds of late day. A few distant crows, but nothing close by or threatening. Actually, looking around the town, you see the whitewashed houses, the various colonial-style homes up and down the main thoroughfare. And you can make out the signs, and you do see the Mayaz Brothers architecture. And so, along the dirt road, do you make your way?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
Making our
while
way
we're walking, I
downtown.
say, anyone want to make bets on their names?
We already know their names.
I'm
Their
thinking
Their first name.
somebody hasn't had a
It's
name
Scratches.
that has
Oh,
something to do with cunnilingus. So my guess is something in that direction.
What is cunnilingus?
Don't worry about it, honey.
What are you talking about? What's wrong with their name?
Ignore
Nothing.
what I said. Let's just keep going.
Who wants to do the talking?
I have +5 persuasion.
I
That's +4. So you beat me there.
no, I'm more of a performer.
I can do all the talking. I'm a great salesperson.
I'm so sure.
As much as I enjoy your company, I don't know if I believe you.
If we were putting on some form of maybe a sales pitch or something, I could put on a spot on performance, but yeah.
I'm not sure these country people are going to be so wowed by words or by
I,
performances.
to be fair,
Okay,
if he
I'll
is
just show them the wonders of the multiverse, and then
Oh.
they'll just have to agree with us.
if he's
Um,
going about
I'm still
killing
waiting for you to show
townsfolk
me that.
for giggles, I don't think he'd be right entertained by much.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Velvet is the nicest of us, I think, probably.
Well, thank you.
So he should
Take a
probably
little
do the
offense to
talking.
that. I take a little offense to that.
Go ahead.
Maybe just the nicest today.
Yeah, that checks out. Normally, I'm really sweet and I want to make friends, but these past few days have been a lot. Okay, a lot.
You keep saying that.
Oh, there.
You know, I once idolized you, and I don't like you right now.
That's okay. I'm not here to be liked.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, because I care so much.
I saw you snuggle.
Why don't we head in?
I saw you snuggle Eclipse the other night.
Follow
Look,
him off, man.
animals that are not humanoid are different. Okay?
Uh-huh.
They don't give
Like
me sass like you do.
Oh.
How we get through.
Velvet, you may enter
Yeah, I head
and
in.
start things.
Are we planning on just? Yes. Let's talk to this blacksmith.
I figure we talk to them, see if they're like-minded in the idea of overthrowing the mayor, and if not, then I don't know. There's 6 of us.
So you're saying if he has a problem with it, we kill him.
Or we just take some plans that might lead us to what we're looking for and head
I
out.
mean, I'm game either way. Just let me
I
know.
mean, if we could possibly avoid senseless killing, that would probably be for the best.
Exactly.
These
No
folks have
fun.
asked us for assistance. It would not do to go through town murdering their citizens. Let us leave that to the mayor. They appear to have that well under control.
Y'all are boring. Fine. All right, Velvet, you lead the way.
Yeah, I head in.
All right. So you head into the architecture firm of Mark and Scratches Myaz. It's probably comparatively to the house that you saw for the sorry, ghost moving around. The house of the Ostami family comparatively was not nearly this intricate. It was not nearly this adorned. It was not nearly this well decorated inside. It was very simple in terms of what it had. And it almost skewed more to the Pelorians, and had you not known, and you only heard about the town from somebody from the outside, you'd have thought that the Ostamis were Pelorian, even though now you've been told that they weren't. And you would have thought that obviously these two are not. And these two brothers that live there absolutely are extremely ostentatious. And these two wood elves walk out, and you see they are identical twins.
Shit.
Oh, God.
Well, hi.
Gruffily bearded. Hello. My name's Scratches. This is my brother Mark. What can we do you for?
Hello, Scratches, Mark. I was hoping to inquire about some building plans that y'all might be in the possession of.
Well, if we can help, then absolutely.
I was hoping to see about looking into the design plans of the mayor's house.
Now, why would you want that?
Have you ever heard of a revolt?
Oh, God.
No, it's pardon my friend here. We are looking to build a friendship mansion, and we really like how the mayor's house looks.
Oh, right, yeah, Friendship Mansion.
Yeah, we were thinking of building a mansion nearby and then having a tunnel that connects underneath so that we don't have to, go out in the rain and all that. So, Would that be feasible? I mean, do you have something like that?
Roll deception with disadvantage, given that Chime already said the word revolt.
Am I rolling? Because I hate to say.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
who's
gonna-
rolling?
I'm gonna make Cordelia roll deception with disadvantage.
Okay.
Thank God.
Because
You're
Velvet
the one took it
hasn't
from a
said
house
shit.
to hidden.
Deception, that would be a dirty 10.
Filthy
You see,
thing.
you see both of them just kind of give each other side eye, and Scratches waves Mark out the door. That both scruffy, both kind of have the humanoid equivalent of almost gopher-like features on their face, but they're wood elves. It's just the facial features, they put you in mind of a gopher. And Mark shuts the door behind him on his way out, and you hear the lock click.
Shit.
So,
Oh, come now.
y'all gonna do something to that asshole?
Oh God! Oh, you could have put up with that.
Oh, praise Thassa. All right.
I was one interruption away from asking about what our collective opinions were on the mayor.
Y'all
I
nearly
was
made
say
me shit
something
myself.
about pros.
What are our collective opinions on the mayor? The rest of the town is snowed by this guy. I don't know how. I really don't. Because he comes in, snowed, bedazzled. They think that he's hot shit because he came in with money. And he didn't. He says he had all this money. I've yet to see any of it that he should have paid us for building that damn mansion.
Even with that mine of his?
Interesting.
Even with that mine of his.
Now, were there any design flaws you might have been inclined to include?
As a matter of
Especially
fact,
if he wasn't paying.
Is there an exhaust port that's convenient?
well, if you fly over just right.
I can fly.
Fly down the trench.
I wouldn't quite say an exhaust port, but we did. There's a bit of a runoff issue with the property, given that it's right up on the river as it is. There is a way to swim under the side wall at about the halfway point, if one was so inclined to enter the water feature of the mayor's property.
I see.
Is the water normal plain water? Is there anything we should be concerned about lurking within the depth?
How long would you be underwater?
That as well.
There's just some grading about 3 feet down. You just jump in and have your way. You just have to be able to be under the water to swim all the way along the wall, presuming nobody was watching. And you just have to duck under, get in, and then remain unseen coming out of what, if I do say so myself, is some stunning stonework on that water feature we put in. Again, have not been paid.
So what Morpheus said, are there any, like, critters down there?
Nothing that wouldn't just be in the river.
Well, what kind of things do you have in the river around here? We're not from here.
It's a river, so things pass through. Uh, it depends on the day or the night.
That's very helpful.
Thank you.
Usually
like
just
alligators?
fish.
Okay.
We don't usually get alligators this far north.
Sharks.
Those live in the ocean.
Crawfish.
He just now found out about saltwater and freshwater bodies of water, so just
Who?
it wasn't you. Someone
that
did.
That would be this
There
one
you
over
go.
here.
I hadn't heard of
Still
them either.
getting used to what is.
I
what-
mean-
Well, I'd heard of them.
As far as
Okay.
we know, Morphia could have been a marine biologist in his youth.
Which would not surprise
Anyway,
me.
that's a whole other thing. So
Fish, eels.
there's a gap in the wall under the surface of the water feature. Is there anything else that we can know of in case that exit gets blocked?
This time of year it's pretty warm. I'd watch out for water snakes, but like beyond that, that's the sole way in that we left.
Okay.
Appreciate your willingness to share that information with us.
You
You have,
don't
like,
need
a
anything.
leftover
You got
key?
wings. I think you could just fly over that wall.
You don't happen to have a blueprint left over, do you?
Or keys?
Unfortunately, we are not the locksmith. But at the same time, blueprint's not going to do you much good.
A floor plan wouldn't help?
I say that with all due respect. We were not the only architects on the job.
Oh.
Okay, but at least we would know that area.
He brought in outside. Here's the thing. That's just one thing. We built the wall for him. We built the water feature. We built the outer shell of the house. But once you get inside, you'd still be on your own.
So this
And all
manor
you're gonna
house-
see on our blueprints is a box around a box.
I see. So
Have
you
you ever
explaining it
been-
is just about as helpful as we're going to get. I see.
Have you
So
been
these people have
inside
only
the
been here
manor?
for 6 months. How did you have time to build these things? Was this an existing mansion that y'all just like customized for him?
Outside contractors. They brought in people from wherever on the railroad and then sent them on their way.
I see.
So the mayor didn't contract out local businesses to build his house.
He contracted us to build the outside and the wall so that they'd see us doing the job. Never paid us. Not a single silver.
Why aren't y'all going to town meetings and raising hell?
Have you not heard of what happens to people who challenge the mayor in town meetings?
They go out of
You get
town.
attacked by crows.
Bingo.
That's the common denominator.
So he's been left to roam with no opposition for fear of an extended vacation.
No checks and balances. Horrible government style.
Typical aristocratic bourgeoisie.
Well said, Chime. All right. So if we go talk to the smithery.
Well,
Well,
we had them go to the smithery. We should be able to check in with them on the way out, see if anything abnormal was ordered.
Oh, we're told to tell you to be armed this evening.
Oh yeah, head
Something's
over
going
to
down.
Head over to the blacksmith. He'll get you suited up with some arms. Looks like men are
With a
coming into town.
self-care kit.
Men are
Oh.
coming into town to
Oh,
take over or
you
do
don't
something.
you don't need to worry about me and my brother. He opens a drawer and pulls out 1 gun, 2 guns, 3 guns.
Perhaps you could do some arming yourself for local folk, but
I've never shot a
regardless,
gun before.
thank you for your time. And I put 2 gold pieces on the table and just slide them to him.
Well, thank you. It's more than we've seen out of the mayor.
Damn. All right.
You said
Oh,
what you said.
oh. And if you do get good licks in on that asshole, tell him we sent you.
You got it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll write your name on the bullets.
Sounds great.
All right. Thank y'all for your time. And I go walk out the door.
As do I.
Well, that went well.
Yeah.
I was expecting
Oh,
that to go
thank
tits
you,
up so
David.
fast. Especially when
Um,
Chime decided to just
Chime, my
yell
dear
out
friend.
revolt.
Can we
Well,
perhaps
Scratches seemed
not?
like a chill guy, you know?
Well,
No, I don't know.
I mean, it's
Oh.
possible she read them right.
Feelings for people.
Well, I mean, she did read him right.
And I'm just like a clock.
You're right twice a day.
Your
Right,
clocks
we-
are rather
Aren't you?
useless to let you tell it, so I'm not quite sure of what to make of that, but mayhaps we should not let our future associates know that we are planning a revolt, as it were.
Yeah.
Not all
Let's
may
not
be
say that in front of the mayor
alive.
or his wife.
Right.
Chime, I'm talking to you.
I mean, after we break into their house.
Not a snitch.
Huh? All right. That's fair.
So
So I guess we start walking towards the
You-
smithery.
you head back out into the open street, realizing it's around 5 and the sun's starting to dip behind one of the mountains.
We should probably hurry to the merchant before they close. If we're gonna
Ye-
go.
You see Ida and the Ophaces walk out of the smith carrying armfuls of very, very, very basic, some would say farm implements. You, knowing better, would say weapons.
That rake is really pointy.
Your typical scythes and sickles and
Hammers and pitchforks and all sorts.
All the shovels are spades.
Yep. Some of the shovels are a little jagged on the edge. Some of the sides
Nice.
are a little oversized.
Oversight.
So I see things went well for y'all.
Oh, they did.
Is there
Okay.
anything we need to know within the walls?
I was gonna say y'all have a town bell.
He ordered a little something.
A little something.
We're
What
not
might something
we're
be
not
for sale?
sure what to make of it. It's got to be some sort of machine part he needed to have replaced.
What's that supposed to mean? Like what kind?
Some sort of metal piping. It had very specific measurements, and it was a big pipe.
So he said.
Like a drainage pipe?
The blacksmith didn't even seem sure. There were specific schematics that he had to look at that the mayor took back when they were done. And Ida just shakes her head. She's trying to wrap her own head around it. And he must have hurt part of his machine doing something.
His
All right.
machine. Oh.
There's got to be some sort of machine back there.
The
Or
launching thing.
or maybe it was
Or his
the
wife.
launching thing. Maybe it was any of it. We don't know.
Hmm.
Does this pipe seem like it would have been big enough to eject a 7 or 8 inch diameter object from its
Yes, it does.
Oh, it could have been a cannon.
It's got a big old potato cannon.
Well,
Maybe it's
like a
not
marble
one.
cannon.
Yeah.
Oh, what's it now? Those are the large gun things, right? The stationary.
You know, I might bet that he tried to he fired the cannon or a mortar at the town and then realized he didn't quite have as strong a cannon as he thought. And apparently he needs a strong one for whatever he's got planned.
And he broke it at the time,
The
probably, as
question
well.
is, the question that thus also remains is, what is he putting inside of these stone bullets or whatever that he's firing off? Something obviously bored its way out of that thing and left whatever that substance was.
Yeah, he's obviously pumping something into him.
Is that possible? You know about working with stones. Is it possible to form a stone like that into a carrying vessel?
What a great question. Let me ask the supreme being. He just starts
Or-
praying, but it's just me asking you if he knows.
Yeah, you would know. And yes, you can bore holes in stone and shove stuff in it.
Oh yeah, you can definitely bore holes in stone and shove stuff into it for sure.
Wait, are you telling me the supreme beings talk to you?
Oh yeah, I told you before. I hear voices all the time. You know, they're always talking about like what's going on and stuff.
We'll dig into this later. I don't know about y'all, but I need to dip into the merchant. I've been going through rations like crazy.
All right.
All right.
Suppose it'd be well to restock.
And as we go to restock, I will call that the break for now. And we will go into the town merchant when we get back.
All right.
All right. I'm Onyx, yeah. Or as my friends like to call me, Onyx. So, a little bit about myself. I'm from a small little town here in New Talkit. My family, we live at the base of a mountain. And we kind of always look up to it. We kind of have this thing where giants kind of ruled the world one day back when, and we kind of just like to follow in their footsteps. But enough about my family. It's more about me and my favorite person in the whole world, my grandma. But, right, myself. So let's see here. I like making friends. I'm pretty curious about what's going on, and I kind of like mysterious things. And if I can use my nose to figure out a mystery, you better believe I'm gonna do it. But my story begins about 25 years ago. That's how old I am. And I used to spend a lot of my days with my grandmother. Her name was Grandma Arikson, or as I called her, Grammy Ari. And I will say that she had a lot of grandchildren, but I was kind of her favorite because I was the only one that would listen to her and go to the mountain and practice magic with her and really just kind of cared about what she did. But enough about that. So basically, I learned everything that I know from her. She was my best friend, and well, she was my role model. I guess she still is my role model. Well, a few years ago, my grandma and I, we were out on the mountain on a beautiful night, and we were looking up at the stars, and she was telling me the story, and it was just one of those, everything feels right. And I don't really remember everything that happened, but something happened in my village, and they were looking, well, these people were looking for my grandma, and, well, they found her, and, well, not to be a little morbid, but they did kill her. But before she passed, she kissed my forehead, and all of this stuff started happening. And she used to have this pet raven, and its name is Eclipse, or Clips as we call it. And they were like best friends too, always going everywhere. And after she kissed me, Eclipse started following me around, which is kind of cool because the more I'm learning about it, the more I'm learning that Eclipse is not just a normal raven, but it's kind of pretty special. My grandma said her last words, and this is very important. She said, "I love you. I want you to remember that and know that I will always be with you." And well, I guess she's never left. Weird, but okay, not what I want to talk about. And I'm being asked to tell a little bit about what I'm doing. So right now I'm in my room, in the big pomegranate, because my family, we have this tradition that when we turn 25, we go out and we explore, just like the long lost, or well, lost to us, giants of the days of past. And so I'm on my sojourn and I'm traveling around exploring, and here I am. I know there's a big festival going on, so I said, well, let's head that way. And I turned my tail, and that's where I am. So right now I'm just in my room. It's pretty nice for what I can afford, but it's not bad. I'm really excited for this festival. I'm excited to make some new friends because, let me tell you, it's been a little lonely here on the roads. I'm just looking forward to what the future brings me.
Haha, howdy guys! My name is Chime Turner, and some people call me the most gifted clockmaker in, I don't know, 7 generations? Anywho, I've always been proud of my family, and we've done a whole lot of work for this city. We sure know our stuff and what makes a clock tick, literally. I'm a bit ashamed to say this, but well, I started getting a bit bored with the humdrum, day-to-day clocks and started working on a project of my own. And boy howdy, did it take a long time before it worked. Oh, but boy did it work. And my eyes were opened. Time is a construct. There is no God. We are controlled by the Supremes. It's all just a game.
Growing up in Hillmouth, an area known for its high concentration of Lushapan halflings, I was surrounded by me extended family. Me mother, Aoife McDougal O'Doul, overprotective, always trying to feed everyone. Went from homemaker to essentially Rosie the Riveter during the war. Me da, Patrick Paddy O'Doul Jr., was an apple orchard farmer. Fell from a tree a bit before the war, and has been sort of laid up since. He was unable to fight in the war. My younger sister, Saoirse O'Doul, turned an old farmhand's house into a B&B, and runs that along with the apple stand and the cidery. My baby brother, Finn O'Doul, runs the orchard now, but he's a bit young and over his head. He's kind of a savant. He gets the right answer, but how he gets there, it makes no sense. In the days before the war started, and everybody knew it was on the cusp of happening, my father took me aside and after working at the orchard one day, and he said, "Son, you know, war is brewing, and you have a choice to make, volunteer or conscription. If you go to them, you get some choice of what you'll do, but if they come get you, they dictate everything. Plus, volunteers are heroes." The next day, I enlisted and started training. One day, relatively early in the war, a troop mate of mine stepped on a landmine. I was too close. I was sent flying, and when I came to, I was told it's been a couple of days later, and that I was in a super secret lab underground at the Capitol. Before I was even aware of my surroundings, a human male and half-elf female entered the room. They never introduced themselves. They told me that my accident gave me the opportunity to help my people in ways I could never imagine as just a foot soldier. This was about when I realized I had been restrained. I was told if I really wanted to freak out, I should look at my right arm, and just below the elbow, it was gone. While they spoke to me, a doctor came over with a prosthetic. The doctor started installing it while the two told me about how the prosthetic worked and its special capabilities. I could barely hear them. I was on the verge of complete shock. By the time my head was clear again, they finished with the line I'll never forget: "You are now a proud agent of Doranica." A day later, I was taken to a training course to learn my new capabilities. And the day after that, I started working in the field. My biggest stop was to go in advance of the troops to Peachtree, where they planned to fight and burn the city down. I got there and started the fire in earnest an hour before the main force arrived. Military force all over in a panic, and then our people arrived to take over.
Velvet was named for the clubroom floor material he was conceived on. Anyone could have been his biological father, and his mother might as well have not been there at all. When Velvet was old enough to walk and think for himself, he was sent out to do something besides eat, drink, and shit. He was found and taken in by the local City Guard youth training group. There, they taught him how to fight and sense danger as a paladin. He came of age and joined the City Guard, learning the ways of the town he came to long to protect. His fellow guardsmen, though, got involved in some messy business, and Velvet ended up having to kill one of his own. Little did he know that his self-defense scenario turned murder led to him taking on all the debt his victim owed to the Mafia. With the shame of his ties to the criminal underworld, he took to bartending instead at a speakeasy to earn his keep and pay back the debt that was thrown on him. He's been bartending now at this speakeasy for coming up on 10 years. He hopes to one day be free of his debt, and especially hopes that others don't end up like him. So he helps patrons of the bar in their times of need. Nightlife is his life. He detests the bright sun, and he doesn't wake up much past late afternoon. He takes pride in the establishment he works for. He keeps it clean, flowing, and he keeps it under the radar while he works there. He does his best for everyone. That way the whole group and society at large will benefit. He seeks to dismantle the system of government oppressing his place of business, and he tends to overreact to a drunken challenger. There's not a bar he won't fight in.
As Morpheus Strickfander gradually awakened, he found himself lying in a dimly lit room, surrounded by shadows that danced across the walls. His mind felt foggy, as if shrouded in a thick mist that obscured memories and identity alike. Slowly pushing himself up, he glanced around, taking in the sight of the unfamiliar chamber. Beside him lay two metallic orbs, their surfaces glinting faintly in the subdued light. Though they seemed foreign and enigmatic, a strange sense of familiarity washed over Morpheus as he reached out to touch them. As his fingertips made contact, a surge of energy pulsed through him, sparking a flicker of recognition in the depths of his consciousness. No recollection of his past, Morpheus found himself adrift in a sea of uncertainty. He found himself mixing with all sorts of people, not really being able to tell if someone meant him harm or good. Embracing the chaos that engulfed him, Morpheus embraced a philosophy of spontaneity and indulgence. To him, Life was a grand tapestry of experiences waiting to be woven, each thread adding its own unique hue to the vibrant mosaic of existence. Driven by an insatiable thirst for excitement, Morphier became a daring risk-taker, unafraid to plunge headlong into the unknown. His brash demeanor and penchant for speaking his mind often left others taken aback. Yet beneath the surface lay a subtle madness, reminiscent of the enigmatic grin of a Cheshire cat. Over time, Morphier began to unravel the mysteries of the metallic orbs that had been his companions since awakening. Within their depths, he discovered regions of extraordinary power, catalysts that hinted at the boundless potential lying dormant within him. With each revelation, Morphier's understanding of his own abilities blossomed, filling him with a newfound sense of confidence and self-assurance. In his quest for discovery, Morphier found solace amidst the dimly lit confines of a clandestine speakeasy, where he worked as a bartender, his keen ears attuned to the whispers of gossip and intrigue that whispered through the shadows. It was here that he forged connections and unraveled the mysteries of his past, one cocktail at a time. Clad in attire befitting a gentleman of decent taste, Morphier sported leather-like gloves adorned with metallic claws, a subtle reminder of the primal nature that lurked beneath his civilized facade. With each passing day, he embraced the chaos of his existence, knowing that within the swirling maelstrom lay an uncertainty, the true essence of his life's meaning. The last rays of the day's sunlight streamed through the crowded speakeasy. Smoke-filled room was alive with the sound of clinking glasses and jovial conversation, while movers and shakers made deals in every corner. The smooth jazz coursing through the room is interrupted as the front doors burst open. "This is a raid. Everybody freeze." Morphier's stick-stander sets down the glass he was cleaning. The metallic tips of his clawed gloves are shining as much as the glassware. Fixes his golden-rimmed eyes on the newcomers, his hand instinctively reaching down to touch one of the golden orbs at his side. The eyes of the patrons flip between himself and the group. With a practiced movement, he straightens his waistcoat and heads towards the door, paying no heed to the guns being pointed in his direction. With a smile not unlike a Cheshire cat, he says, My gentleman, you look awfully thirsty. Why don't I fix that for you?" The officers look at one another and begin to surround him.
For as long as she can remember, Corey's known the sound of crashing waves was as much part of her as her own name. The tangy scent of salt and the sound of billowing wind on fabric have always been home. Her dreams, her nightmares, her ever-present soundtrack has always been, and will always be, the ocean. With a father and his crew who raised her to make her living on the sea, Corey has never missed a beat. Whether she's slipping into an accent she learned from one of the crewmates to throw off would-be arresters, or fudging a ship ledger to pinch a few extra goods or coin here and there, she hasn't been caught yet. She doesn't plan on that changing. You see, her father found her floating in what he called a pod. She had no idea what the hell's that meant, but she didn't argue. You can't interrupt the captain when he's telling a story, when he's in a once-in-a-double-blue-moon mood to reminisce.
The SS Cordelia. That was your namesake. The beauty of a ship I was at the helm of when I found you. Jones? Well, of course, that was Davy Jones himself. Silly girl, have I taught you nothing? Anyways, when I found you, that strange pod seemed like it was breathing, almost as alive as you were. That gave me a right start. I couldn't help myself, though. As soon as I heard your little muffled cries inside of that metal monstrosity, I had the men go out in the lifeboats and scoop you up. We couldn't just leave you there. I somehow knew you were going to be my little accomplice, and that's what you became.
Her father, a rare breed of fawn from up north, much to the surprise of those who judged him upon first glance, was a quiet and gentle man with her. She couldn't blame people for being wary of him. A deep, coarse voice, a broken antler, Scars covering his face, and tattoos up his arms that slipped under his rolled up sleeves didn't exactly endear him to the common folk on the land. However, he'd sooner throw a crew member overboard than let anyone treat her as lesser. She was raised by well-meaning men and thems who were patient and taught her to navigate, load a cannon, shoot an arrow, tie a knot, throw a punch. She could go on. Is it not suitable for a lady? You bet she's 100% gonna become the best humanoid at it the world over. Unlike her father, Corey is an astral elf. Her long white hair stays in a Dutch braid down the center of her head, her green eyes stay alert at all times, and a smug smile is never far from her lips. Neither is a dirty joke or a sarcastic remark. Sound unruly? You're damn right. She wouldn't have it any other way.
Hi, I'm on.
And now all of us are back. I had to unmute myself.
Who are these people?
Good question.
The world may never know.
So, we are headed toward the south, where the mayor has had his wall built around his house. Are we entering through the front door? Are we?
No, we want to go to the
side
merchant.
wall? Oh, you wanted to go? Oh, yeah, that's right. We're going to the merchant. Oh, we got to make that quick shopping trip. So you're going back to the Baird family store.
Oh, okay.
Y'all got any dynamite?
That is a strange thing to ask when you just walk right in a place, but unfortunately, no, we don't see much use for dynamite around here. That's more something the mine would have specially stocked. You'd have to go to the mining store when they were the storage facility that they have when they're open, and they, judging from where the sun is or lack thereof, are probably well past closed now.
I see. I was just wondering if maybe you guys got it imported for them.
You wouldn't happen to have any wire cutting utensils, would you?
Oh, wire cutting. You know, we have an old pair of shears, but they are iron, and they could probably cut through just about anything. And you see him rummage around in his drawer. This push his big burly red beard down so that he can see better over where he's looking, and he pulls out a pair of what look like cast iron shears. They're a little bigger than your average pair of scissors, but they will cut wire.
These ought to do nicely. I will take them and slip them into my little pack. I shall return them to you once I'm finished.
Oh, all right then. No charge for that. So, absolutely.
Thank you for the direction, by the way. Earlier, we spoke to one of your kids, and we're heading in the right direction.
Oh.
Which one of our kids?
Cordelia.
Was it Ida? We haven't seen her in a few days. Is she doing all right?
Look in.
It was Ida. Yep. Cat's out of the bag.
What?
Yeah, she's doing all right.
How is she?
She's great. She's living her best life.
Long story short, if plans go as planned tonight, she'll be coming home soon.
And you actually see at that point Ida standing in the doorway going, "Oh. Hi, I didn't realize you all were coming here this evening.
Here's your daughter!
Heading out.
Ida Bear, come on down!
And she walks in and awkwardly splays out what look like some throwing knives that were wrapped up in what looked like a large bundle of cloth to hide them from the blacksmith, because the blacksmith didn't want anybody seeing in town and warning the mayor that everyone was stocking up. And her father goes, "What in the name of Pelor is all of this? We're gonna need to defend ourselves. Things are moving fast tonight. It's not something that we have time to argue about. And what the hell are you all still doing here? Language!"
Well, that's rich coming from you. Why don't you go do it yourself if you're going to have an attitude?
I support Cordelia on this one.
We came to get some supplies. Thank you very much.
Some supplies before we headed out, Ida.
I took some deep breath, and I feel more calm now.
What do you need? Anything that, Father? Just give them whatever they want. What do you mean? Just give them? Just give it to them.
All right. Do you have any pain medication? I have a headache.
Yeah, just give it to us.
I have some root you can chew on that should.
That's it. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yep, that'll.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So y'all probably don't partake, but do you have any flasks?
Do you have any plants that you can medicinally smoke?
Do you have any incendiary devices?
Y'all, chill.
Better yet, do y'all have any moonshine or booze?
Medicinal plants.
I'm sorry about that.
You think that Pelor would deny us the joys of everything?
So you do have alcohol?
Just give me the.
Do you have a flask or not?
Raunchiest, triple purist.
He pulls out not a flask, but what looks like one of those large bottles from science class from behind the counter of clear liquid that smells like paint thinner.
Because it probably is paint thinner, technically.
Well, there's your incendiary. But I want to buy the flask, the thing that holds it.
Velvet says, "Thank you."
I do happen to have a
Velvet takes the whole thing and takes a swig and then starts stuffing it full of cloth.
Oh, Pelor, help us.
Morphier has a flask, Cordelia. An empty one.
I can have this?
Well, to store some of this fine liquor into for later use, he hits.
Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Try to core from the giant thing.
Roll a dexterity
I
check.
can I'll help her
Okay,
do
yeah,
it.
hold it steady because it's a big ass bottle.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Oh no! I rolled a 3 and then a 5.
Ooh.
You slosh a good amount of it onto the counter.
But I got +3.
So
8.
even with an 8,
okay,
you slosh a good amount of it onto the counter. You kind of get a look from both Ida and her father.
Look, you're welcome for sanitizing the surface.
What's sanitizing?
Is there not a funnel of some sort?
Well, now it's full. Why do you need a funnel for?
Oh, okay, it's full. Okay.
I mean, we had one. You could have asked.
Well, I figured she'd be a bit more dexterous when handling precious goods.
Fuck all y'all.
The rest of it's going with you, Mr. Mothman, for special purposes with cloth and burning.
That's correct.
Do you have like
It'll
little
be-
gummy bears that are infused?
Let's just say the mayor's going to have a taste.
He's gonna enjoy some Molotov cocktail. It's my favorite cocktail.
It won't all go.
And Ida just goes, Pelor be praised. I like your style.
Don't hate me so much now, do you?
Oh, she was talking to Velvet.
I know, but I'm saying this is my crew. Come on. Fine.
Is there anything else we can help you with before you're on your way?
Y'all got any rations?
We got rations coming out of our ears, and they just.
You got any cupcakes?
Load. We
Really obsessed with cupcakes?
Look.
Don't. We have.
You grow up on a ship.
Goods. We have baked
goods.
Bread.
Mold quickly. So you either eat them at the time or you don't get any.
We have bread. We have 3 types of bread. We have bread infused with apple.
Sounds healthy.
Bread infused with garlic and butter.
That's better.
And bread infused with blackberries.
That's too healthy. I'm gonna go with the butter and garlic.
Yeah, I'll just replenish my rations up to 10.
Do you have gummy bears?
Those all sound quite delicious.
All of you can mark your rations up to 10.
I'm gonna take some of the apple.
Y'all got any kind of like special armor that might help us out in this?
You guys wear armor.
We don't have armor. We don't. But I do have something that might help at some point, but it's very small. It's never fit any of us, but it's slightly too big for the Lusherpon in town. And Ida goes in and pulls out a leather apron. An alchemist's apron.
Hey, Chime. It's calling your name.
I don't know, you guys. Last time I tried to mess with forces beyond my understanding, and he just starts screaming.
Huh? Well.
Do you want it still, though?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Thought so.
So, that apron is specific. It will grant a +1 with the use of any alchemist tool set. Or, sorry, no. It grants advantage with the use of alchemist tools once a day, and a +1 to AC, because it is nice, firm leather.
I say we head for our destination.
All right.
Are we all suited up?
Suit up montage.
Any and all armor you have, I assume, gets taken off when you go to rest and goes back on when you get up in the morning. So you should be suited up and good to go.
Mhm.
You head back out onto the streets, now dying down in terms of anyone being out. The light is faded. The sky is darkening.
Do we want light or do we want to continue by moonlight?
I was thinking, since our architect friend specified that the water route would be easiest done without anybody looking, I could take this here jug of moonshine and light it, and then toss it at the other corner of the house so that they're dealing with the fire and not looking at us.
I feel like that's extreme.
No?
I'm thinking maybe make some Molotov cocktails ahead of time that are ready to go. So if we need a distraction, you throw it to the opposite side of the room and there you go.
All right.
Because otherwise, they're going to be suspicious of somebody and guards will come running.
I'm also happy to start glowing and shooting my gun in the air if anything goes south and you all need to get away.
Why don't we try and maintain the element of surprise, as it were?
Exactly. Yeah.
Why don't we try and sneak around this gate to the midway point? And someone keep lookout, and I'll dive into the water and snip the gates. Uh, see whereabouts I come out.
Okay. And I of course can just fly over the gate if nobody's looking where I'm going.
I
mean, we can send
Misty
Eclipse
Step
over.
too. That too.
So, should we just try and unlock the gate from the inside and go in that way, or should we deal with the water entrance? I feel like those are two separate points of entry.
I think we should take the water route and just to go in through a route they might not be looking for.
Are they really going to expect anybody to try and get in if we're not showing our hand?
I mean, one could never know.
And we're strangers to this town, so we have an element of what's the opposite of notoriety?
Anonymity.
We have a sense of anonymity on us where, I mean, we could, I don't know, I'm not saying walk up to the gate and be like, knock, 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 but it's like, they're not necessarily going to think we're suspicious.
Oh my gosh, that's a great idea. We'll just go up and knock, and then we
No,
can just
Chime,
tell them
Chime,
like a
you don't,
carnival or something.
Chime.
Don't make me
It'll
knock you out.
Chime, I feel like when I speak, you
No,
only
it'll
hear
work. I promise.
no, Chime, Chime. I feel like
Look
when I
at the
speak,
boss man. He
Chime,
glows.
no, Chime, Chime. I feel like when I speak, you only hear every third word.
Yeah.
So, show of hands of who's up for knocking out Chime for this time around. No? All right.
Oh, Eclipse just raised his wing. Oh, it's 3 versus 3. Tied.
Eclipse,
I gotta vote.
can you ask your little friend to go and scout out the manor for us, so that we
Oh
can
yeah,
do
that'd be a good one.
up-to-date reconnaissance?
Sure.
Yeah, I was thinking that Eclipse goes in, and somebody goes in the water feature, so we have eyes in 2 different places, and maybe y'all can figure out where you're at versus each other. That makes sense?
Yeah. Above the table question.
Mm-hmm.
Eclipse is a focused familiar,
Mm-hmm.
which allows him to be not only a familiar but a focus. Ace, does he follow the rules in which I could see through his eyes or no?
Yes.
Oh, I'm unstoppable now. Not really. I'm very stoppable. Very, very stoppable. Okay. Actually, guys.
Is your name Ryan?
What? Yes. I used to be called, when I'm feeling up, I'm Kim, and when I'm feeling down, I'm no. So I have another trick, you guys. I'm like a bag of tricks. Sure. I can actually see through Eclipse's eyes.
I'm sorry. That's a little disturbing.
I just realized I have a perk that says where the booze is, and I'm the one that found the alcohol.
Sounds about right.
With that being said, I can, okay, Anixia, become blind and kind of useless. So I only need to be kind of like guarded and protected. But I can make my consciousness, I've only done this twice. It's really weird. And I go into Eclipse's brain and I effectively become Eclipse. And I can go up there and kind of see what's going on.
So all of that to say, the only general difference is that you can see through Eclipse's eyes, because most of that sounds very similar to what we've experienced thus far.
We did it just yesterday. When we looked into the woods.
Okay.
It's getting darker out.
All right.
This is a walk and talk, right?
I would think about
it. All right, Eclipse. You ready to go, buddy?
Eclipse looks at you. Looks south. Looks at you.
You got this. You're so good. I'll make sure you get a nice, tasty dinner or breakfast.
Eclipse flaps a little bit, just stretching the wings, getting ready.
I'll give you a silver.
Oh yeah, that's a little racist, but not all crows and ravens like shiny things.
But in this case, it does, right?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
All right, who's keeping you upright?
Well, you were my buddy.
I'm also 3 feet shorter than you.
Yeah, but like I feel like I
Fine,
can rest
fine.
my
I
arm
got it.
on your
I'm
head.
probably the only
I'll
one of
yeah,
the
I'll
few
take him
that
with
is
Morpheus.
about the same size as you. I'll just stand
Right.
up and like I guess I'll stand behind you with my arms out. I'm like, so are you gonna fall or something, or do you just go blind?
So from what I've been told, I go blind and deaf because I can see and hear through him, but I can still be like I can talk to you guys and tell you what I see, but like I won't hear you and I won't know where we're going. So I just kind of need you to like it's like
All
a
right.
really huge mental exercise. It's like binaural stimulation where you like tap your fingers all together. It's like that. So it's like I'm there and I'm here.
All
It's
right.
wild.
So just place your hand upon my shoulder then, and I'll lead you along as we are traveling.
And as I put my hand on his shoulder, I want to go into my eclipse vision.
Okay.
My eclipse glasses. Wait, I have them. Where are they?
So,
I have some.
as soon as it happens, Onyxia becomes quite stationary, does not move while this happens. So, guiding is bit out.
God damn it. I just
Um,
turn around and pick him up.
Eclipse is you'll think halftime for now, but Eclipse is flying up, and Onyxia, you start to see the shape of the governor's or the mayor's mansion down the way. White walls, white columns in front of white walls, a red door.
A red door.
You
I
can
want to paint it black.
You can see there are a number of. Well, that's weird. You don't know what to call those before. You've only seen them maybe twice during your time in New Talcott City. These new steam-powered... they have 4 wheels, and they have an engine. They're like carts.
Metal chariots.
And you see people getting in them. You see people loading up. 4 to
No
each metal
horses.
chariot.
To not take the chariots.
Talking about?
There's these. Can I speak?
Yeah, you can speak.
Okay.
They can hear you, but they
He's deaf, right?
you can't hear.
He can hear.
Yeah, you can't hear
Okay,
them.
so and I'm screaming almost because I don't know. There
Try and
is
muffle his mouth a bit.
there are these metal chariots that have no horses, and people are getting inside of them, and they're gonna move. It looks like. And there's white columns and a white building and a red door.
You see crows
There's crows.
around every inch of the property.
Everywhere. They're everywhere.
The crows start to notice the raven above them.
Okay, guys, I've been noticed by the crows. I'm noticed by the crows.
Is he more than 60 feet away from us?
Who?
I guess Eclipse.
Eclipse can go farther than a normal familiar.
Ah, okay. Never mind.
But we should probably get off the path and get into the woods.
Yeah.
Right, I agree.
If they're coming on those metal chariots.
Good call.
Yeah. I have no idea if this is going to work or not, but I'm going to telepathically say into Anixia's head, we're going to take cover. Make your return.
We wingtail it. We wingtail it. We turn
Yep.
around.
Yep. So you actually just pop back and you wait a few seconds. And you wait a few more. Where's Eclipse?
I suppose I should put you down now. You appear to be back to yourself.
Doesn't
Oh,
appear
there's
that-
Eclipse.
Okay.
Oh, thank
okay,
God,
there's-
MJ.
You
Okay.
bitch.
Okay. Come here, boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. You know what? We're gonna have you go out with Proboscis over here and get yourself a good snack when they go out next time.
So, you're trying to make your advance stealthily?
As much as we can, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to go a little slower, which... Let's see.
Now our goal is to wait until they leave, correct?
But then people could start dying. I'm not saying not, but I'm just saying.
We don't want to
Yeah.
have to fight them either.
Well, right.
Do we
It's
think
either
those
we
people
die or
are
those
going
people
to
die.
attack the town, or
Well, if we attack while they're still here, then we could start dying.
Oh no, I 100% want to keep myself alive.
At least the townies know something's up and they're armed and ready.
So our goal is to
The people or the
suffocate their
crows?
means of payment and hopefully get them to halt their attack, realizing they're not getting paid for what they're doing anyway.
They needed to stand up to this prick anyway.
Watch, he's like super sweet.
I highly doubt it. Who's the best swimmer here?
Not me.
I
Have
can
you-
tread water. like
Have you
a dog.
stopped to discuss this, or is this a stealth and whisper?
Stealth and whisper.
What is the rules for holding your breath?
Depends on your con.
Yeah, it depends on your constitution, but I...
Is it like 1 minute plus your constitution?
Yeah.
I
think
can
it's
hold
a-
my breath for a very long time then.
I can go about 4 minutes.
I can do 5.
I think I can do 4. How does it work? Is it if your constitution's 14, how does that? Wait,
So
That's
plus
plus
2,
two.
so...
Yeah.
It's
So-
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay.
I got
Not
1
bad.
minute.
You might be flying, friend.
Just careful. The crows are they're watching.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's at that point you notice ah!
The metal chariots! The metal chariots!
Yep. The thugs are headed towards town. One car so far. One Stanley Steamer style Model T, what have you, full of loud, angry, not nice looking individuals headed toward town. Followed by crows. Everybody roll a stealth check.
Natural 20 for a 25.
Go. 15 for more.
18 for me.
Not 1 plus 3.
Oh.
Chime? I think you're muted. Are you on push to talk?
They wrote 10 in the chat.
Okay. So, with the average roll for Chime and the poor rolls from two of you,
But a 25.
but a 25 from Patches
19.
pulls the two of you who would have failed that back down at the last second because you were standing way too high. And the car
this
does not
isn't
stop
very-
as it goes by. So, you still moving along?
Survey to make sure that there are no others coming before we get back up.
Yeah, could I do a perception?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Onyxia, how many did you say there were?
How many did I say there were?
4.
There's
Yeah.
4 metal chariots.
So 3 more are coming by.
I got a 14 perception.
Are those what those are called, metal chariots? Or is that the big city name for them?
You don't see any headlights or anything.
I wonder if they're staggering their entrances.
Possibly, so they can approach in waves.
Well,
Nope.
Onyxia, about how many of the crows do you think that was?
A pretty good chunk of them.
Yeah. It was probably about...
There
Definitely
was-
not all of them.
Yeah.
No, definitely
Alright.
not all of them.
Let's get going while nobody's out. Don't everybody get up at once.
Y'all want to get swimming so I can, and then maybe y'all can signal me or
So y'all
have
are
some more
about...
FEA?
Y'all are about 2/3 of the way there.
Oh, okay.
How
Could
far
you
does
use
your
that?
mental speaking have to?
There's a little bit of woodsiness here, so I'm not gonna make you roll another stealth check because now you're mostly covered by trees. Even the crows are gonna have a hard time, especially in the dark, and the fact that they are they're in the condition they're in. they still have eyes. You might say the crows have eyes. But you get about 2/3 of the way there, and another car passes by.
What about the baby?
And then another.
Got it now.
3.
Fourth one, not passing yet.
But you saw him get in it. Start moving.
Yeah, did the engine start?
You hear the fourth engine start as you come up near the wall in the wooded section, right on the corner between the river and the outer wall. But you don't see him leave yet.
Well, that's not promising.
Maybe the last cause backup.
Would I be able to insightfully surmise as to what they might be doing?
I wouldn't say that you can just guess off the top of your head, but you know that you need to keep moving somehow. So is anybody getting in the water?
I will.
Do you want to swim, buddy?
I will pass you the shears, Cordelia, as you are, before you go to the water's edge.
All right, I grab the shears and I check out all my limbs. And then I dive in.
You dive in.
Well, not
It's 3
dive,
feet.
dive.
It's 3 feet.
It's
not actually dive.
It is deeper here. You can get all the way under.
I step in.
Okay. This isn't somewhere where there are watchtowers along the walls. Nobody's gonna be walking the walls to check for you. So, getting right up on the house like you did. Now that you're here, everything's quiet. Everything continues to be quiet as you swim along. You notice a water moccasin about 10 feet away from you in the water. Do you keep going?
Hey there, little buddy.
Do I see it?
Yeah, you have dark. Yeah, you see it.
Could I prepare an action?
You can hold an action just in case.
Yeah, if I see the snake going for Cordelia, I'd love to use a throwing knife.
Okay. Cordelia, roll. I'm
Water
gonna
moccasins.
say a stealth check. Not to keep from noticing the water moccasin. Not to keep from the water moccasins notice, but to maintain not splashing around to go under near the gate. the grate.
Oh, nat 20.
Nice.
So, and that was stealth, so 23.
The water moccasin does start to move toward you.
He wants to make friendship bracelets.
Mhm.
Out of snake leather, because Velvet's about to kill it. So,
I just keep going.
what'd you roll to hit?
Oh, me? Sorry.
Yeah. It would be signaling enough.
I rolled a 16 to hit.
You don't quite hit it, but you did hit close enough to scare it, and it goes right away.
Got it.
But you also narrowly missed Cordelia in the water with the knife.
And now it's Cordelia's knife.
Yeah, I was about to say, I grabbed the knife. Stick it in my boot.
It is slowed down enough by the water, but that you could grab it and stick it in your boot.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep swimming.
I just think to myself, I'll say sorry for this later.
You get to the grate and you do see it is wire. It's a wire grate, and you do need the cutters for it. Go ahead and roll a strength check, because it is tough wire, and you've cut wire before. You know what.
I've got to take the other dice out of here because they're stopping shit. Except I can't pick up the D4 because it's too slick. Okay. So, and you said strength?
Yes. Strength check.
So, because the other dice stopped it this time, it's a 7.
You have a rough time with it. How many minutes can you breathe for? You can take one of those fingers down.
Okay.
And roll another strength check.
$10.
This time it gives a little bit easier. You get probably about 3 of them before your minute's up.
Okay, so I swim back up to the surface.
Are you going to swim back up to the surface, or are you going to take your 3rd minute?
I mean, if I'm out of the 3rd minute, won't I just suffocate and pass out?
You start to take damage if you start to...
Alright, I'll stay the extra minute then.
Save, I believe.
Alright. Then I will stay underwater and try again. Am I rolling?
One more strength.
You can do it. I believe in you.
17.
You get enough of them to where you could get through. You don't 100% know if the larger party members will be able to get through, but you have a sneaking suspicion that once one of you goes through, it's just gonna pop through. Do you pop back up to tell them all and give them the thumbs up?
Yep. All that.
Very good job.
The last of the cars slowly creeps out of the front as your head peaks above the water.
I'm gonna stay low to where it's just my eyes and like a little bit of the tip of my nose out so I can breathe.
The rest of you roll stealth.
Okay. 16.
8.
Five.
Very stealthy.
Oh no.
10.
Oh God.
Guys.
I felt bad because I rolled lower.
Chime, is there... Oh, that's a 5. Is it in the other chat? Hold on. I don't want to join voice. I just want to join the...
15.
Okay, there. 15. Okay, 15 for stealth. Is there something over there? I don't know. Let's go check it out. What do you all do?
I would like to use prestidigitation on the other side of from where we are to make like animals. I guess I'll make like something like sounds like an animal or something like rustling in the grass opposite us. Maybe
What the hell was that?
cat or something.
I would say it's prestidigitation. Roll performance.
I have thaumaturgy.
Just to see how well it's cast.
I should be good at this. I should be good at this. Okay, okay. 24.
24? The 24, you're like, did you hear a cat?
Meow.
Where the hell's that cat coming from? We don't have time. Just get in the car. They get in the car and they slowly inch forward a little bit more. Speed up and take off.
No,
With
thank fuck.
Another quarter of the crows flying after them.
I go to pat you on the shoulder, but because of our size difference, it's your butt cheek.
Oh.
The final quarter of the crows?
As far as what Onyxia saw, yes.
Got it.
Alright. I'm gonna give the shears back to Morphier. Like, alright, so I kind of dicked it up the first few times, so it's not a huge hole, but I think once one of us goes through, it'll be big enough for all of us to go through.
That's what he said.
How do you know what that means?
Oh, I suggest not starting with the biggest. It would probably be much too difficult for me to get in a small hole.
Also what she said.
Okay, so
I suppose that leaves you stuff hatches.
Am I the weest one? Okay.
I think it's so.
Alright, I got 4 minutes in me.
That's what he said.
yeah.
I meant to say, damn. Sexual excursion.
4 minutes is better than 3.
Better than a 2-pump chump.
All right. And with
4
that,
minutes in heaven is better than 3 minutes in heaven.
with that, you all get extremely wet and get in the
Moist.
I've never been wet before. No, I'm kidding.
Never bathed? That's disgusting.
No, I bathed. I'm just being annoying.
Being extremely cautious to like peek over the wall and make sure he doesn't get spotted. Is it possible for
Velvet to
do
go
I
up
feel like it would
instead
be
of down?
possible for me to fly over?
Word.
Can you go dark and then fly?
That
Well,
was
I'm
going to be
all-
my
I'm-
question. Are you going dark first?
Are
last
you
time
not dark
Turn-
already?
turning off your
You're on a
glow.
stealth mission.
Yeah, I'll be turning off my glow.
Okay.
I'll put it under a bushel now.
You can go up. You may have to roll another stealth check. We'll see.
That is a. Oh, sorry. Do I need to roll a stealth check?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, that's a. This time it's a 19.
Okay. With a
There you
19, the one or two crows left over on the property don't notice you.
Got it.
But you see 1, 2, 3 people? Well, I mean, 2 of them look like people. The third one looks like most of a person with the lower body of a snake.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Had a feeling.
Snake lady.
So who is seeing this?
Velvet.
Me.
I think the rest of
Okay.
us are underwater or preparing to go underwater.
Yep.
Am I reaching the other side?
That's up to you. Are you flying over an inn, or are you flying over and trying to land on the roof? What's the strategy here?
I intend to just fly over to the exit point for where my friends are coming out of the water.
Okay. You can kind of hover there.
Okay.
And the rest of you, just roll a general dexterity check, because it's both stealth and the speed with which you swim.
15.
14.
Dexterity.
22.
16.
18.
Ooh.
All right.
We did better this time around.
Quite.
I know how to swim.
I heard chime.
Yay!
Oh, yeah!
Yay.
You all
But
did
they
pretty
didn't.
well. They did not. You come up directly behind the Yuan Ti. Who's facing away from the water. And you're all just treading water there. What do you want to do?
If we look around, is there like is that the only way out of the water? Is there like a side? Can we go to the
There's
side?
another side, but you definitely have to roll stealth to not be heard or felt tremor sense by something with the lower body of a snake.
Wonder if EO prestidigitation trick will work again.
And I will tell you ahead of time, that's something where if one of you messes up the DC,
Is there anything within 30 feet that I can like that offers cover?
oh, no, but theoretically you could use that to go to the other side without making noise.
Then I will do that. I will Starlight Step.
Okay.
Ghost, lay down.
We'll say you pop up 30 feet on the other side of the water and nobody and nothing sees you.
Oh. Because I can Misty Step and be next to you.
Leaving
So am I
John,
near-
Morphier, and Patches in the water.
Alright. May the gods be in my favor. Morphia kind of glances over. Is there... You said there's no cover. Are there maybe trees or bushes or something around that something could possibly be behind?
Not that something would be behind. You're not... I wouldn't worry too much about anything but the thing that's right in front of you.
Do you happen to have a map of this area?
Of this area? I have
Yeah.
a map of part of this area.
Okay, never mind.
That's not ominous at all.
Am I able to communicate to Morphier quietly, or is that are we too close for anyone to speak?
Oh, you're definitely too close for anyone to speak. And you're too high up in the air anyway if you don't want to get noticed.
Right.
Do I? No, I'm like, can I see him?
If you look directly up, yeah, you can see Velvet above you.
Is Velvet hovering less than 60 feet in the air?
The Yuan-Ti at this point lunges forward, not backward. Not seeing any of you practicing with a hitting dummies around the yard with a hammer and a sickle.
Is she Russian?
Yeah, I'm going to look up, see Velvet, and telepathically say, try and cause a distraction so that we can get out of here. You can't respond or anything, but you just hear my voice.
She then fakes slitting the throat of the dummy and turns around. Oh. Visitors.
Misty Step, Misty Step, Misty Step.
Who can she see?
Yes.
3 of us probably left.
Shit.
Except for Velvet, she has not looked up yet. Interesting.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hello, friend.
No one has ever been able to get inside the walls before.
We've only lived here 6 months.
That is a good point. What are you here to do?
We're with the circus. We heard you guys had a birthday party. Someone hired us, you know.
Circuses do not come through little water holes. Assassins do that.
No, we're here to the birds! The birds!
Roll deception with disadvantage.
Oh my gosh. Ooh. Chime?
Well, you see, ma'am, I had heard of your beauty and I just had to come see it myself, and I was worried you wouldn't answer the door. From what I understand, you don't entertain company at the premises, so...
And you see the other two humanoids at this point stagger forward. They are zombies.
No.
For the record, Chime got a nat 1 on the deception.
So, assassins that come in the night, that wait for the idiots to be gone, which smart move on your part.
Thank you.
Have you come to relieve me?
Of?
Relieve you from.
When these two came of age, they were not of good enough stock to not make into my servants.
Wait, are these your children?
In the manner of speaking, I was promised much better when I came to this country. I was promised money and power and everything that anyone wants when they come here. The land of milk and honey and opportunity.
Let me guess, you have not received naught.
This man has tried to turn this place into Pound Town about 4 times now. And
Your
let us just
husband?
say he cannot get up to the task.
You can't. Oh, okay. I'm confused.
That can be frustrating, but I mean, considering he doesn't pay anybody for anything.
I have a proposition for you. If
Is
you
it sexual?
deal with the problem,
Your husband?
I will show you how to reach him. And I will help.
What problem exactly is it you're wanting us to take care of?
The idiot in the basement making crows that have mind control.
Okay.
The crows themselves have mind control, or they are mind controlled?
Making brain worms and trying them on progressively bigger subjects.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't
Okay.
very
This
So,
is a lot. Can I get out of the water?
Yes,
So-
can we get out of the
Yes.
bath water?
who is this that is doing this?
Your husband?
My husband's the child that was of good enough stock, both of them. They need to go.
Okay.
And you want them to. Oh, you want them dead. Okay. Yep. You just answered that. Okay, Anixia. Just okay. Now.
And
I
I will be
presume
allowed
that-
to leave unmolested.
And you don't want to kill the townsfolk?
I have no interest in going anywhere near those unwashed Pelorians.
Oh, wait. I have another question. If we do this, can we have some horses? Because we have some other things we have to do.
That.
Yes.
Or
you
one
can-
of your metal chariots.
If they
A mode
are
of transportation.
still around, yes, you can take the cars, you can take the horses. I do not
What's
care.
a car? What's a car? You said car. I never said car.
The
What's a
metal
car?
chariots.
That is quite an
Deal.
interesting- Did you all invent those?
No, we bought them.
I see.
Velvet is just hovering over her with the jug, and he's just holding it and giving a thumbs up or thumbs down.
you hear in your head, stand down for now. She seems amiable.
Got it. Or I don't say that out loud.
Okay. Okay. So you're pretty cool. I love women in power. Um. Ah. Can we choose? Can we have like a little powwow?
Feel free.
All right. Group huddle,
I
like we did the
do
last
have
time.
one final question.
Fine, yeah.
Are you yourself interested in mayorship, or do you simply wish to depart from this town?
I will be
Just
getting out of here as quickly as possible.
Yeah,
all right.
I would. I would.
I do not blame you one bit.
Yeah, there's no blame there. Okay. Group huddle.
Okay, okay.
Um, okay, are you leading the huddle? What?
Okay. There's so much happening. This lady wants us to kill her husband, and we were gonna kill her husband. Well, we were gonna talk to her husband anyways. So it's like, my question for you: we're all good letting her go?
Yeah, as long as she doesn't hurt anybody.
I mean, and it's those people's problem at that point.
I
So
have
would I be able to get an insight into if she's telling the truth
Yeah.
about her intention?
Ooh.
19 on the die, and then I have a proficiency, so +3, so 22.
So you gather that she would definitely be gone from this town.
Okay.
There's no promises as to where she would go. There's no promises whether or not she'd use whatever her child and husband had created. There's no promise beyond being out of this town's hair.
lest we get ourselves further embroiled. I say we try and firstly we should probably ascertain where exactly he would be inside of the manor, so that we're not bumbling around.
He
From
has
what
to
I
be.
recall,
I will say this because I can feel half of what you already said.
that is quite rude, yet very useful.
It has its moments. He is in the basement. He is in the laboratory. He is down there being an idiot because my child is the one that propped him up with this. Because my child is loyal to his father, and I do not know why. But he is down there, as stupid as he is, bumping around and trying to control these crows with his tiny little bird brain.
And I've come to understand that your house may be a bit confusing. Is there a preferred route or any trick we might have to navigate?
There is no confusion. The reason he used so many architects was to hide the hidden rooms. The laboratory is one of those hidden rooms. If it were confusing, he would not be able to find his own dick.
Oh, I see.
He is not a smart individual. Some days I don't think he can find it anyway.
Sounds like he's not very well endowed.
You try being with someone whose hands are the size of a child's.
I don't want
I
that.
resent that.
A
No, you
child's of
resemble
his
that.
own species.
Oh, he's a little freak, huh?
No, the sexual proclivities aside, what is the secret to getting into this laboratory?
The elevator.
Mhm,
What's an elevator?
mhm, mhm, mhm. Let's see.
An
she
electrically
means a
powered
lift.
box that goes down. And
I
then
think she means
comes
like a
back
lift, but probably fancy.
You mean like the dumb waiters that we have to wheel food up and down between floors?
up. Yes, but powered by Mr. Tesson's electricity.
See.
Y'all are rich enough to have that? And yet you
We-
say you don't have a lot of money.
Comparatively, we have a lot of money for a tiny little bullshit town in the middle of nowhere.
That's fair.
So we go to this elevator, we take it down to the laboratory. I'm presuming it must be simple to get in, as your husband's simple-minded nature would not allow otherwise.
Correct. The elevator door opens, you are in the lab.
Hmm. That does not sound very secure.
It does not need to be when all of the townsfolk either fear or trust. And it will not need to be for long if he has his way. Do you know what those men left to do?
I'm going to presume to pillage and murder the townsfolk.
Absolutely not. They left with crates full of those worms.
Oh,
Oh, my word.
The ones designed for larger purposes.
They don't intend to murder them, they intend to infect them?
To control them?
Precisely.
And what does your husband need with an undead army? Is he planning an attack of some sort?
No. When he ran on re-inspiring the working class, he meant it literally. He wants total control over an unpaid workforce. To build an empire for free. In the middle of nowhere, this is a stupid idea.
so Velvet, that thing of moonshine might need to become a giant Molotov cocktail after all.
It sounds like we will need to
Or-
destroy that lab and everything in it
Or 4 of
to
them.
prevent more of these monstrosities from being created.
Yeah, but it's already heading out into the world. It's gonna spread if we're not careful.
That is not precisely accurate. I have overheard what they are. They are controlled by a device that is unfortunately implanted inside of my husband.
Whereabouts in your husband?
In his brain. There is a small scar up the back of his head.
So if we smash his brains, will that take care of the problem?
Yes.
It won't make it go off?
No.
All right.
Theoretically,
Sounds
anything
simple.
that has a worm might die, because the worms do tend to cut the head open and expose the entire brain to the outside world. But anything that's going to have a worm, or that's in the process of being infected with the worm that has not exposed its brain, the worm should simply fall out.
So time is of the essence.
Lose our brain.
Yes, the longer you stand here, the more townspeople will die.
All right,
One
let's
way
get
or
going.
another.
I say let's get in there, and then I fly down.
Alright, I'm not normally one to choose out and out violence and extermination, but in this case, it seems as if we may have no choice. Otherwise, this town and who knows where else might be in grave danger.
Right this
So
way.
whereabouts is this
Elevator.
Elevator.
that?
Validator, yes, sir.
Alright. It is right inside. Let's go. And she leads you up the steps into the large red door. And literally, it is right in front of you. There are elevator doors. Like, the moment you get inside this house, there is a massive column up the center of the house with elevator doors on the main
Can't
floor.
recall being
I
many manners.
I press the down button and I wait.
This seems like a poor design
Patches
choice. It's
Patches
aesthetic.
stands on tiptoe and smacks the down arrow.
I've actually been on one of these before.
Mm.
A la-di-da.
You know, your life is your life, and you figure everyone's life is the same. And then you quickly learn everyone's life is different. And
I've only seen these in food size, so I wouldn't know.
so,
Although I suppose for
You
you they
hear-
wouldn't have to be that much bigger.
The metallic whirring and clanking, because this is not a modern elevator. There are a lot of working gears to get this up to where it goes. And eventually the doors crack and shift and open.
Would we be able to all fit in the elevator and or maintain weight capacity on the elevator?
Apparently you have no idea how fat my husband is. And she goes on.
Oh my.
Followed by the two
Not.
zombies. And this is a large elevator. This is a large elevator by modern standards. There's plenty of room for all of you.
I definitely figured it was freight style.
Oh yeah, it is a freight style elevator because they've had to take equipment down to the slab in this elevator. And you can see scrape marks where large pieces of equipment have scraped across the floor of the elevator and been taken down.
While the elevator is chugging along, far be it from me to pry, but you seem to have a total disdain for your husband. How exactly did you all end up together?
A service that unites women trying to leave Gigantica with men of ambition in Terranica.
So, I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. He was your.
Have
he
you
brought
ever
you from
heard
the
of a
country.
mail order bride?
No, I have not. Mail order, knives, cigars. I've not ordered a person.
My mom had some friends like that.
That
She has
is
mail order brides.
Velvet.
Yeah,
Were you gonna answer that?
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
You said your mother has things like that. Your mother has mail order brides. Do they come in collections?
My mother has friends that are mail order brides. Yes.
Ah, we will have to talk more about this mail order bride. How does one order a person through the what? How did they ship you? No, these are not important questions right now. Never mind, never mind. I'll have to figure this out
Oh,
later.
it's night. Okay. It is definitely night. Velvet, roll a Constitution saving throw.
I will use one of my advantages for the night.
Okay.
I rolled a 7 and an 8 plus 0.
Oh no.
What's gonna happen to Velvet?
So an 8.
Roll 3d6.
Oh no.
You're gonna leak radioactive material that like some glow.
Radioactive. Imagine Dragons pops up.
Yeah.
Anybody else hungry?
Dungeons and Imagine
12.
Dragons. 12. 12 is the number of teeth you start to grow.
No!
Oh.
No!
Mm.
In his new mouth.
In his new mouth.
No.
Is it 6 on top and 6 on the bottom, or are they like
Velvet,
random?
what
Oh, they
don't
are
we
at
know
random.
about you?
Random teeth.
Oh, I hate that for you.
Honestly, with the craziness that's going on right now, I think Velvet just keeps it to himself.
12 random teeth.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
The elevator slows. Oh wait, did you all got on, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were talking on the way down.
Comes to a slamming stop. The 2 doors open. The 1 door opens. And before we break for next week, I will show you the map.
No.
You managed to avoid staying in the barnyard on the Ostami farm and fighting crows. You managed to avoid fighting a Yuan-Ti
We are not fighters.
in the
I
yard.
love that.
However, now you are
Mini boss.
in the lab. And I will put you over here for next week, over by the elevator.
So you can fight people now, Velvet.
I hope I got
Give him moth rabies.
I hope I got mostly canines.
And I will say,
You know who would be really good at looking in on this? Chime.
Oh boy.
Cincia's with you. The zombies are with you. With
You know, the way you were
Dolan.
describing this character, I suspected that would be the art. I knew.
There were more than a few unsubtle hints, yeah.
have made it to the Pound Mansion laboratory. And next week, we will start by rolling for initiative. Oh, wait.
Alright,
I almost forgot to mention that you heard a lot of cawing down
come now.
here.
We
No,
don't
right.
have to end that. We can just keep going.
This would take far too long. We will pick this up next week. And as soon as you're done with this, there might be a reward.
Like what?
Like a level up.
Something like that.
I like levels. I like evolving.
Evolving. Pokemon, go!
So we will pick up from this point on the next episode of Luck,
I don't
Marry,
hate
Kill.
Susie.